Hi there, it's Dr. Bernstein, and I am here to talk with you about the upcoming essay, which, as you know, is now due on Saturday, April 2nd. We're going to have to extend the deadline for the second essay as well, so stay tuned. I'm still trying to figure that out, the next deadline. So first I want to go over some basic information that's on the document called Essay Number 1, Topic and Instructions, and that's on the content part of our site under, that would be essays right over here, essay number 1, topic and instructions. So you all know what the basic goal here is. It's to convince the members of your specific audience that studying poetry can in fact be of value to them. And as I pointed out in the email I sent to you on Monday morning, you need to actually address your target audience. Don't talk about them, talk to them. You're trying to convince these particular people. So in this essay, you can use I and you. I'm okay with that. In general, even more formal writing is moving towards this more personal approach. And it used to be really, you probably know, it used to be that you were not supposed to use I or you in a paper, but basically that's pretty outdated. Although some professors really do want you to stick to that more supposedly objective approach to writing, and you just need to sort of feel out your professors about where they stand on this issue. So what you need to do in your especially in your opening paragraph is address your reader's concerns. Even in your body paragraphs, empathize with their points. Show that you understand what their concerns are, what their resistances are, but then show them a new way of thinking about poetry. So that's your basic task. And as you know, your essay needs to be at least 3 double-spaced pages and have an opening paragraph, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Also, I noticed when I was reading over some papers that some people didn't know that the first line of a new paragraph gets indented 5 spaces. So make sure you do that if you didn't know that already. When you've watched by now you should have watched the videos on opening paragraphs and body paragraphs and have read my feedback on your contributions to discussion post number 5. For virtually everybody, I try to give you a clear sense of how you can take what you learned in the videos and how you can apply it to your own essay. And that's really, the rules sound so simple. Do this, do that. It's applying them and getting your ideas in sync with those guidelines. That's the hard part. And that's why I want you to have the opportunity to post your opening paragraph and 1 body paragraph before I have to give you a grade on your formal essay. So we've covered that. I just want to make sure that you're and also in my feedback on your posts, I gave you a sense, I gave almost everybody a sense of how you could structure at least 1 body paragraph, and you can use that basic format if you like it, if you think it works with your ideas. You can adapt that style of structuring your paragraph to other body paragraphs as well. And I do, as I pointed out in the email, I really encourage you to look at what other people have posted and see my comments on their ideas. You don't want to be copying people, but you do want to be drawing inspiration, getting your creative and analytical juices flowing, and sort of eavesdropping or thinking about things at a slight distance from yourself can sometimes help. So you've got the rules, you have a sense of how you could structure a paragraph, and you're going to get feedback from me on your opening paragraph and your body paragraph before you submit your formal essay. You also need to make sure that you're using direct quotes from at least 3 of the poems we have studied this semester. Use direct quotes from the poems in every single body paragraph. You must use at least 1 or 2 direct quotes from the interview with Billy Collins. Unless I've given you special permission, don't consult any outside sources. If you're really going for an A and you want to show me that you've really read and listened to and studied all the material for this course, I encourage you to find ways of incorporating quotes from the videos on genre, sonnets, literary context, and metaphysical poetry. Ooh, there's a typo there, and metaphysical. Sorry, I have to fix that. Into your essay. You know, on YouTube, I can see how many people have watched the videos, and I noticed that the video on genre and sonnets has been a little bit lonely. So if you're really looking to get in the top of the class, you're going to be showing and integrating smoothly into your argument the material that some of the material we've covered. It's not just regurgitating what I'm saying, but using it and analyzing it for yourself. You've already narrowed down the scope of your essay, and follow the rules for organizing your essays. That's pretty basic. Now I want to go over with you, show you something else. If you look on the checklist for today, you'll see we have the topic and instructions. Then there's a link to the descriptions of what make papers A, B, C, or D, or F. And it's on page 2 of the departmental syllabus. I'm not going to go over the whole thing with you, but I really do encourage you to take a look at what makes the difference between an A and a B paper, a B and a C paper, a C and a D paper, and a D and an F paper. It's really hard to describe the difference between these grades, but the department does a pretty good job of it, and you should take a look at it for yourself. The other thing I want to call your attention to are the automatic deductions, which are on their own section of the content page, but there's also a link to them on our checklist. So let's take a look. Oh, this tells you I'm a tough grader. In general, your essays, I'm going to try to get them to you very, very quickly. And I try not to focus on every single problem area you might have, but to give you a few things to work on improving so that you don't feel overwhelmed. You should read the specific guidelines. You've probably already heard these before, but the automatic deductions. 5 points will automatically be taken off your essay if you don't have your last name and the page number in the top right-hand corner of each page, your margins are wrong, you don't have the first page of your essay formatted properly, you don't have a title, your title's not presented in the correct way, you don't have your opening paragraph doesn't state your thesis and give the reader a clear sense of the main points you're going to make. You don't have topic sentence. You'll get 5 points off if you don't have topic sentences for each body paragraph. If you don't have concluding sentences for each body paragraph, if you don't use a direct quote from at least one of the poems in each paragraph, and if there are any errors with parenthetical citation. I'm really tough with this because these are really easy things to take care of. And if you don't take the time to proofread your paper and make sure that you follow these really simple guidelines that I've given you, you're just going to have 5 points taken off for each one. That's really simple, and I just want to make sure that you do it. And I know when I take off points, people magically get it all right. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or post something on our discussion board.